I bet you're wondering what's happening here, because today marks the end of a decade, another decade, because today is my 30th birthday. This is an unscripted video. I've had the title of this video in my head for a long time. I always knew this is what today's video was going to be. Today is, in fact, my birthday. I'm shooting, editing, and posting this video on my birthday. Let's talk about some stuff. Where to begin? Where to begin? I have papers around me to write. Is if I don't write it, it doesn't happen. Lately, I've been writing things down and then digitizing them. For my brain, I found it so helpful lately to just write stuff out. So this video is just gonna look back on the overall past decade, my 20s, because that's what this is all about. This is how it ends. This is how my 20s end. I'm no longer in my 20s, and that's weird. Believe it or not, I feel like this video is supposed to be somewhat inspirational. I didn't feel that dread. I'm actually very excited to be 30, and I know that's very young, but a lot of time has passed, so a lot has changed. I mean, there's been some major things that happened, obviously, in my 20s. I didn't actually want to spend too much time diving through old footage, old photos, because that probably would have taken me weeks, and I didn't want to spend that time because right now I would rather not look back as much. I'm in a very forward-moving mindset. The past has shaped me, but right now I feel like every action I take is what defines me more than my past. I think that's important for a lot of people to remember is your past is your past. It's what it was. But what you do right now, this moment, is what defines you and what you will do. And it's something I need to remember and actually focus on, because if you don't, you're just going to keep spinning in circles. So either way, let's get into it. Going in chronological order off the top of my head. So let's see. When I was 20, I was still in college, I think. Yep. Went to film school. I graduated, top of my class. Yes, I am going to own it and brag about it now because I put effort in. It was great and it was acknowledged. And I need to own that more. Confidence is so often misguided as arrogance. So I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm trying to be more confident in who I am. So I graduated top of my class because I put effort in. I was acknowledged and rewarded for that. I was given lots of opportunities. So that plays into life. Put your all in. The right people will see it and the right things will come because of it. Next thing on that list was I started as a manager at the company I had worked throughout the years. It was while I was still in school, they offered me the job and I was humming and hawing about it. And then they came back to me with an even bigger offer, and then I was really humming and hawing off of it because obviously I was going to school for film, but this was making hockey rinks. So yes, I was a hockey rink maker and I managed it, designed, built them, manufactured. I could build an entire hockey rink, set it up. So that was a dilemma of, well, I went to school for this, but I'm getting offered a really good job in this. I even talked to my teachers about it. I'm being offered this really good job, and I think, I'm not really getting a full-time film job right out of school. I was like, well, maybe I do film continuously while I have this full-time job because money is good money, especially right out of college. And they said it was probably a smart idea. And there's good parts, there's bad parts, like all jobs. Let's say I started that job in April, I want to say. Fast forward to the end of that year, 2017. My now wife, when we were dating at the time, she got a job opportunity out here in Vancouver. And so the end of that year, we moved her out. The start of 2018, I told my boss, I was like, hey, if my girlfriend moves out here, planning on proposing, there's no real reason I'm going to stick around. So I told him I'm going to finish a full year at this job just to kind of wrap things up. And I didn't want to leave them high and dry because, they gave me a really good opportunity. I wanted to respect that. And so I'll do a full year. So then in February of that year, I came out to Vancouver and proposed to my wife on a Friday. The following Monday, while I'm still here, I get a phone call from my boss saying that the company's been sold, everyone's being laid off, your last day is, 2 weeks from now, whatever. So I was like, wow, that was quite a change. The ironic part is my layoff kept getting delayed, for a few months, so it actually lined up exactly when I said I was gonna leave, so I technically did a full year. So that worked. That was very smooth transition. So in a few months, I moved out to Vancouver, and then later that year, 2018, I got married. So that first big stretch of my 20s was school, job, get married, and move to a whole new province. So that was a very exciting stretch of time. A little while later, I started a job at a landscaping company that just happened to find on Craigslist. I just got a gut feeling about this ad. There was no pictures, basic description. I was like, why not? Turned out to be a fantastic job. I met some of my great friends at that job. I spent, 3 or 4 years there. So that job started out low level. COVID happened during that job, so I still worked the whole time through. I was working on campus, very quiet, and it was honestly not bad. And I worked my way up through that job to basically a supervisor position. Definitely not what I was drawn to do, but it was a great job. I applied myself even more, and again, it was acknowledged and rewarded in that way, and I'm very grateful for that. Wow, I guess something I'm realizing that the gist of this video is put in the effort and you will be rewarded. Effort and action lead to acknowledgement and reward, essentially. Yeah, I guess it's that simple. This is kind of therapeutic. Let's blaze through this now. So, landscaped for X amount of years. Well, at that company is where I met my business partner. So, next big thing is starting my own production company. So that is a cool thing that happened in my 20s is I started my own company. That obviously has a lot of challenges, but it's kind of that first big step I took for me in that way, is not working for anyone else, but putting all the effort in on myself, which honestly is very hard. It's actually a lot easier to go work for someone else than it is for you. No one's watching over your back, so if you're not putting effort in, no one's gonna snap you back into shape. You gotta do it yourself, and that was a interesting learning point. Still working on it, obviously. In that transition too, from landscaping to full-time photography video, I got a dog, and talked about that in a previous video, but that came with its own set of challenges too. But that was a big thing, starting a new company, getting a dog. Big shift at the end of the year was my car got completely totaled. I was inside, about to make my morning coffee, when I heard a loud bang coming from outside, and my car got rear-ended, knocked 40 feet uphill, and just completely totaled. And that was just a big shift. It was an end of an era. As annoying as it was, it means the start of something new, and I think that's what today also is for me. It's the start of something new. It's a new decade, and it's a chance for me to reflect and realize that this is my life, and I can change what I want to change and how I want to change, just like that. If I don't capitalize on that, then I will stay where I was, and I won't move forward. And the biggest thing, I guess, right from this video is action is the reward. Put in effort, and you will get acknowledged. I need to write that down. That's the action is the reward. This, I guess, is the mantra for my 30s, I guess. What is to come in my 30s? A lot that I'm going to focus on the things I know I need to focus on. That's going to happen soon. I'm very excited for a lot of things. If I could tell my 20-year-old self 3 things, I have a hard time reflecting on stuff like that. What would I tell myself? Because I feel like there's a lot of things. So as hard as some of it was, I don't think it's worth trading in for the lessons you learn. If I had to tell my 20-year-old self anything, is that you got this. I do believe in you. Wow. It sounds so cheesy, but I guess telling your younger self I believe in you is so important. And if I need any words of wisdom or inspiration or someone I needed to listen to, it would be, no one can change who you are. Don't let anyone diminish the fire and the spark inside of you. Be optimistic as hell. You have to be. Aim big. Believe big. Bet on yourself. The action is the reward. You are going to do amazing things if you choose to do them. No, you got a lot. There's a lot of things I don't even know I want to do or are going to come along that are going to change everything again, but let them come. Because it's only going to lead to bigger, better. Last words of wisdom. Don't trust your gut. Your gut's keeping you safe. Remember that. That's my words of wisdom. This is how it ends. This is how unbelief ends. This is how pessimism ends. This is how self-doubt ends. This is how everything holding me back ends. This is how it ends. With a choice. I choose to take action. I'm going to go take action right now as I edit this video and post it really quick because I got to get rolling on a lot of things, but I'm excited. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Why am I laying here? It's hard to talk while laying on the floor. Nothing quite like a camera dangling right over your face. Like, that would hurt.